Hey, welcome back to another episode of The Opinion. I'm the host, DJ Blue, the sports guru, right? Look, I'm going to get right into it. We got a big narrative for people out there that think that LeBron James is the number one, the GOAT of all times. You have another narrative for people out there that believe that, look, man, he ain't it. He's not the greatest of all times. He's a top. He's an elite. I mean, all throughout the history of the NBA, we've had great players. I mean, you had Shaquille O'Neal, you had Charles Barkley, you had Tim Duncan, Karl Malone, a lot of greats. But they didn't have to carry the number one, I am the GOAT, I am it. LeBron James, in my opinion, is the one athlete that I've seen push this I'm the greatest more than any narrative, more than any other athlete ever in the history of sports. I've never seen a tennis player do this. I've never seen a golf player do this. I've never seen a baseball player do this. I've never seen a basketball, he's the only basketball player, but football player. I've never seen this guy just coming out saying, I am it, I'm the number one. I'm playing my whole career, and that's all we talk about. Are you better than this? Are you better than this? Guess what? You're not better than Michael Jordan. Let's get over that. From a skills level, you're not better than Michael Jordan. And the career that LeBron has had, where he has been to 9 NBA finals, and he's been to 10 NBA finals, and he's literally lost 6 of them. So he's got 4 rings. He hasn't even tied Kobe yet for rings. And so I just believe, I'm one of the people that believe that this whole LeBron James is the GOAT thing is a narrative that his fanatics are pushing. I know that's his wife. Watching the ESPYs the other night, she's like, respectfully, our king and the greatest of all times. You're not the greatest of all times. If your wife want to say it, I get it. But you're not the greatest of all times. Cut it out. And you just passed the all-time scoring record. You just took over that. But that's a longevity record. That's not a I am the greatest number one. That's a longevity record, okay? And I'm going to show y'all that LeBron James has been cheating this longevity thing. Let me get right into it. LeBron James, for the last 5 seasons, LeBron has only played 1 season over 60 games that season, and that was the bubble season. So in the bubble season, LeBron played 67 games. That was the 2019-2020 season. He played 67 games that year. Now, if you look at all the other seasons that he played, starting in his last season where he played 82 games was in the 2017-18 season. I believe it was his last season with the Cavs. It was the last time he played all 82 games. That was 6 years ago. That was 6 years ago. So what we've been seeing ever since from LeBron is a watered down, how they put players on minute restrictions? Like, we only want to let you play 25 minutes a night, 30 minutes a night. That's essentially what LeBron's career has been for the last 5 years. Now, you want to say you can mix in some injuries here and there, but don't be fooled. Some of these injuries, he milked them. They shut him down. They got him on like this restriction where he's only playing like 56 games a season for real. First year with the Lakers, 2018-2019. You guys remember that season. That was the season that let me say, LeBron only played 55 games that year. Remember, they had all these players, and they were actually playing pretty good that year. I know this as a Lakers fan. They were playing pretty good. They started the season out 20-14, and there kept being this conversation that LeBron wanted to get Anthony Davis. They wanted to trade. LeBron got injured on Christmas Day. He injured his groin, and he missed 17 games. During that time period where LeBron was out, he really pushed the management hard to make a trade for Anthony Davis. While the young Lakers team was actually playing well prior to his injury, LeBron threw the whole team under the bus. I remember this. He threw the whole team under the bus, and basically they found out that he was pushing to trade all of them for Anthony Davis, and basically the young guys shut it down for the rest of the year. And LeBron returned from his groin injury and tried to save the season a little bit. By that point, none of the young guys wanted to play with him anymore. And the season went to the dumpsters. And the Lakers shut LeBron James down on March 31st of that year. So that year, he only played 55 games. In 2019 and 2020 was the bubble year. He played 67 games. And you could say he probably played those 67 games because of COVID. They shut the season down anyway, so he got a lot of rest. So he was able to play a little bit more games than he would have normally done. That was the bubble year. The Lakers won a championship. In 2020 and 21, he had the ankle injury. He only played 45 games that year. In 2021 and 2022, he had an abdomen issue and a knee issue that another one where he missed a lot of games. He played 56 games that year. And this past season in 2022 and 2023, he had an ankle and foot injuries. Again, that was reported on the injury report. And he only played 55 games a year. So if you really want to do the math, LeBron at this point in his career is really only giving the Lakers about 55 games a year. My problem with that is when you watch the ESPYs the other night, LeBron makes this speech that nobody cared about, where he's telling the world that I'm coming back. It reminded me of when his South Beach video that he made, and he says, I've made my decision. Like, nobody thought that you was retiring. That wasn't really the conversation. It wasn't like Tom Brady-ish. Like, you know, when Tom Brady got to the end, everybody's like, is he going to come back? Nobody was doing that. This was all in LeBron's head. Nobody thought that he wasn't coming back next season. Anyway, he makes a speech at the ESPYs. And during this time, he makes this speech at the ESPYs. He says, I would never cheat the game. I would, if I feel like I'm cheating the game, then, it would be my time to retire. Dude, you've been cheating the game for the last 5 years, my guy. The last 5 years. What do you call missing, in the last 3 seasons, LeBron James he's missed 90 games. That's a full regular season worth of games that he's not played. That's a full season of games and a couple playoff series that he's missed in the last 3 years. And you're going to sit up there and tell everybody that you're not going to you'll retire when you feel like you're cheating the game. You've been cheating the game for a few years now. Do you know let's compare Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan, who's the real GOAT. Michael Jordan, in the last 3 years of his championship three-peat run. So this is his last run. So that was, I think the last one was 96, 97, 97, 98. So that last 3, Michael Jordan played 82 regular season games in every one of those seasons. When Michael Jordan came back at 38 years old for the Wizards, he played 60 games that first year. He injured his knee, I think it was around after All-Star break or something like that. But his last season with the Wizards at 38 years old, Michael Jordan played all 82 games. That's what you call not cheating the game. What LeBron is doing is cheating the game, and he's pulling the wool over everybody's eyes. He's missed so much time in the last few years. When you're seeing a guy that's taking on so many, that's when you say, why don't you just retire? He's not going to retire. He's going to continue to push this narrative to anybody that will believe it, that he's the GOAT, that he's the greatest of all time, because he says it, it's got to be true, right? Because he's got a whole public relations team that's pushing this narrative, because he has networks like ESPN that disrespects players like Kobe Bryant and ups players like LeBron James, and they want to try to tell you that he's the greatest of all times. He's not the greatest of all times. Do me a favor. If you don't know anything about the rule changes that the NBA implemented, like in 1959, when they banned zone defenses, like in the early 2000s, when they started to enforce hand checking to make the game easier for players. So he plays in an easier game, okay? And he's trying to push this narrative that he's the greatest of all time. He's not more skilled than Magic Johnson. He's not more skilled than Kobe Bryant. He's not more skilled than Michael Jordan. So he's not more skilled than Larry Bird. So how is he the GOAT? How is he the greatest of all time? What I'm seeing here is a guy that's been extending his career. LeBron is basically at the phase in his career. You know how we're seeing Floyd Mayweather fight these exhibition fights, and he's just raking in cash. He's not even fighting professional fights anymore. He's keeping his name alive. He's a celebrity. He's still, he's Floyd. That's what LeBron is doing. Now, LeBron is not doing exhibition games, but he's only giving the Lakers 55 games a year. So how can you sit up there on the ESPY stage and say, I'll retire when I'm not cheating the game anymore? Buddy, you're cheating the game. If you're not trying to play all 82 games, then you're cheating the game. You're cheating your teammates, you're cheating your coaches, you're cheating the fans. Okay? I'm gonna wrap it up. Thanks for joining me. Another episode of The O-Pinion. I am the host, DJ Blue, the sports guru. Hey, we're gonna get in a little bit more of this LeBron stuff too, because he does a lot of stuff that's a little fake. All right? All right, until next time.